Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Masta Ace, Brooklyn, New York, and you checking out Montreality. The first time somebody said to me that they thought Eminem sounded like me, I personally didn't hear that. The first time that I heard him, to me, he sounded unique. He sounded like nobody that I had ever heard before. I guess when he mentioned that I was one of his influences, people kind of went to the left with it and went too far with it. He's definitely got his own unique flow, always has. He does what he does. I don't hear it. I don't hear what other people hear, so I don't agree with that. But you know, my album Slaughterhouse was an album that when he was coming up and he was, you know, trying to get in the game, him and his crew D12, they would drive around Detroit, and Slaughterhouse is one of the albums that they used to play in their little car, the little hoopty or whatever, driving through Detroit. So that was like, they probably was in high school or something like that when that record came out. And you know, when you're in high school and a certain record comes out, that thing sticks with you for the rest of your life. And for him, that album was Slaughterhouse that I made, and that's cool. We all influence each other. I listen to many different rappers, and sometimes I hear something in somebody's flow that gives me an idea for how I might want to rhyme on my next joint, but I try to flip it and make it mine. And if it was something that he took from me, he flipped it and made it his, and that's what it's about. I guess in high school and junior high, I was considered a pretty good student. My grades were A-, B+ kind of grades. It came pretty easily for me. I didn't have to study crazy, but I did take school seriously. My mother instilled that in me, that school was important. You know, I had a lot of friends who would call me a brainiac or whatever. That was like the term that kids used to use back then to make you feel like being smart wasn't a cool thing. I didn't let that bother me. I was a good student in high school. I was in advanced placement English classes. I did well in math and science, especially English. That was probably my best subject. I got all A's in English through high school. You know, I carried that on to college, and I was a pretty good student in college as well. When I was younger, my first job ever was after I graduated from high school. I had a job working as a porter. I guess that's another way of saying janitor. My mother got me the job working in her office building, and basically I wore the shirt and the pants, and we walked around and we mopped up stuff and we swept stuff and we cleaned up leaves and, you know, did bathroom, whatever we had to do to keep the building clean. And I did that for the first 3 summers after high school. It taught me responsibility. It taught me about waking up in the morning and getting, you know, on the train at 7 o'clock or whatever to get to work on time. The thing that it taught me more than anything was that I did not in my life want to wind up having to work for somebody else. I didn't like the fact that every morning I had to wake up at 6 and get on the train at 7, the same train, the same time, seeing the same people. And I saw men that I was working with that were 60 years old, 50 years old, that had been working at that job for 30 years. And I was just like, this is cool for a summer job, but I could never do this job for 30 years. So I need to make sure that I find something that I love to do and be able to do that for 30 years. So that's what I set out to do, and that's one of the things that motivated me to go the route that I'm going. My first big paycheck, I guess, was when I signed to Cold Chillin' Records. You know, I guess by today's standards, $25,000 is not a lot of money, but for somebody who had never seen a check of that amount, that was a big deal to me. I spent that money. I bought a truck, and I got an apartment. I got my first apartment, which was a big deal. You know, I've been living with my mother for my whole life up to that point. I got my first apartment in Clinton Hills in Brooklyn, New York. That was like a big deal, you know, buy your own couch, your own table, dishes, all of that. I was out on my own, and I've been on my own ever since. Oh, wow. I mean, for me, in my opinion, the key to success is being yourself, being a hard worker and not being lazy, overcoming obstacles. It's gonna always be something that gets in your way that stops you from achieving whatever your goal is. But you have to be able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. And especially in the music business, there's always going to be pitfalls. Things aren't going to always go your way, and you have to be able to have some resiliency and continue to go. To me, that's the biggest key to success, is resiliency, because nobody in this world who is successful hasn't undergone some type of adversity that stopped them at first or got in their way. And they got themselves together, picked themselves up, and kept it moving. Damn. I might not have nothing in my pockets. I got my hotel key. I got that. I don't know, a lot of people, oh, I got my cell, my BlackBerry. Let me see. Yeah, I got the BlackBerry. I carry these joints now. This is like so I don't have to have a lot of stuff in my pockets. I carry these little knapsacks with me when I'm touring and I'm going around town, because people are always giving you stuff. Like today, I was out at the event and somebody handed me a DVD, I think this is. T-shirt. This is something that somebody gave me. I'm not even sure what this is. I think it's some Montreal stuff though. When people start handing you stuff, you gotta have some place to put it. Always got my tissues because I got allergies, so I keep tissues. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else I got. I got my glasses. What else I got in here? Y'all gonna learn a lot today. I carry my own sugar. I know it's kind of wild, but this is natural raw sugar. It's not heroin or nothing like that. Raw sugar, natural sugar, not white sugar. I only mess with brown sugar like that. So I carry that with me in case I want some tea. What else I got in here? Oh, got my little video camera and a mini tripod. You know what I'm saying? A little Kodak joint. I carry all of this around when I'm floating around town touring. I keep this little knapsack, and anybody hand me a CD or a demo or a beat CD, I just throw it right in here, get it back to the room. That's what it is. I would say one of my favorite airports that I've been to around the world is Amsterdam Airport in Holland. Why? Because they have this floor as you walk through the airport, and it has these, I don't know what it's made of, but the tiles have these big flakes of shiny silver. I don't know what it is. It's like little flakes of it looks like silver. But as you walk through the airport, you just see them reflecting off the lights in the ceiling, and it looks really, really cool. It almost looks like stars. I just always thought that was cool. Every time I go there, that stands out to me. I've been to some really cool airports around. Norway has a really interesting looking airport, but I'm gonna say Amsterdam because it's a huge airport, really, really dope, and all kinds of people you see as you go through there. As far as music that's out right now, when I'm working on my own project, I try not to listen to a lot of stuff, but I'm really into this new group, Malcolm and Martin, out of the West Coast. DJ Revolution's putting them out. Very talented young cats in the game coming up. I listen to them a lot. I listen to the Bundys. That's a new group that I've been working with that's gonna be coming out on M3 Hip Hop. I listen to their stuff. My man Strickland, working on his new music, listening to that. Wordsworth, a lot of people that are in my camp I listen to, and that's what keeps me going. But as far as like not in my camp, definitely Malcolm and Martin, and another group out of the West Coast, Pac Div, checking for them as well. Yo, what up, y'all? This is Masta Ace. Just want to say rest in peace to Bad News Brown, the hip hop harmonica player.